I come here today on a day in which we announced today that April was a record tourism month for the city of Chicago, the best record April ever, 627,000 rooms. On top of the fact that the first quarter of 2017 was a record year for tourism, the first quarter ever, on top of the fact that in 2016, Chicago had another 6th year in a row record tourism. 54 million people came to the city of Chicago, creating 21,000 jobs in the tourism industry in the city of Chicago. Now go ahead, you can do that. Thank you. I just put up here, I want you to have 10 facts about the economy in the city of Chicago. Number one city, 5 years in a row, in corporate relocations. Number one city, 4 years in a row, in direct foreign investment. Annual economic growth for the last 5 years has surpassed the United States, New York, and D.C. Jobs added since 2011, the highest level of employment residents since 2000. The annual growth in downtown in the central business district of the city of Chicago in appreciation of value led the United States of America and was second in the world. Downtown office construction hasn't matched this current level since 25 years. Industrial property occupancy, they did it by vacancy. Industrial occupancy is the highest level in 16 years. One I'm especially proud of, we've had the largest drop in deep poverty of any of the 10 major cities in the United States. And Chicago is ranked 6th in global innovation hubs. And visitors, as I said, 54 million visitors last year. We started in 2011 with 39 million visitors. 10 facts about the economy of the city of Chicago, which I'm immensely proud of the city working together in a public-private partnership. Not once, not twice, every year for the last 5 years, this city is the number one city for corporate relocation. Every year for the last 5 years. Direct foreign investment led the United States of America, the only city in 2016 from America, on the top 20 worldwide. And last year's investment in 2016, Chicago's direct foreign investment surpassed Miami, Atlanta, and Montreal all combined. And every year for the last 5 years, our economy grew faster than the United States, New York, and D.C. And we do not have the federal government or Wall Street, and thank God for that. Now, how did that happen? And let's be honest, it's not my winning personality, okay? What I call essential thing, what I call our 5 T's: talent, transportation, training, technology, and transparency. All of those give companies like yours and others certainty. In an uncertain world, business leaders are looking for certainty, safe anchors. 36% of the people in the city of Chicago have a 4-year college degree or better. In the United States, it's 27%. We have a big delta. We have more universities in our city than any other city but Boston. We attract more talent from the Big Ten states and the Big Ten universities than any other city. We have more graduates, in many of those cases, than the city in which the university is based. More graduates from Wisconsin than Madison. More graduates from Michigan than Ann Arbor. Tremendous advantages for a city and a place today worldwide where every one of you are searching for talent. Chicago is a wellspring of that talent. Second, training. And what I mean by that, and one of the things that we're proud to work with the Chamber, is what we've done with our community colleges and our skills workforce. I want to make sure that everybody has a chance to succeed in a 21st century economy, since Chicago's economy, Chicagoland area economy, is the 22nd largest in the world. I want to make sure that the graduates of not only the University of Chicago, U of I, DePaul, Loyola, Wisconsin, Madison, Notre Dame can participate in this economy. I want to make sure that the graduates of Harold Washington, Kennedy King, Wright, they have a chance to succeed here, which is why the World Bank calls Chicago's community college system the best college-to-career program in the United States of America. It's based on the German model. And we're the only city in the United States of America, if you get a B average in high school, community college is free. ensuring that kids can go to college without their parents going into a second job or a second mortgage or the poorhouse to give their children a chance at the American dream. And I say that because this is the 100-year anniversary of my grandfather coming to this city, 13 years old, by himself, not a word of English, driving a truck, working in a steel mill, and his grandson is the mayor of this city, is a testament. This is the greatest city in the greatest country in the United States of America, in the world, because you can dream, and the promise of America is the possibility of this city. And we ensure that a company that relocates, if they want a Booth School graduate, a U of I graduate, a DePaul graduate, and a Harold Washington graduate, they can get everything that we offer. And then also, because of our investments in our aviation system and also on the 125-year anniversary of our CTA, we're making unprecedented capital investments in our transportation system. There is nowhere in the world, nowhere in the United States you can't get to directly from the city of Chicago, weather permitting. And I'm working on it. A huge advantage. And when you think about it, when we're done with our final runway at O'Hare, which we now are building, don't think of it as just another runway. When that runway is completed, we'll have taken the capacity of Midway and moved it to O'Hare. We're the only city in the last decade that built a third airport. We're the only city in all of North America where United, American, and Southwest have their major operations. There's hundreds of markets across the globe and hundreds of markets here in North America that you can get to multiple times daily. And if you're a global business or regional business, that aviation, that transportation, that talent, that training is a huge strategic advantage of certainty. Then also what we've done on technology, where Chicago is now emerging as a major tech hub. And lastly, what we've done, and I see Alderman Pat O'Connor here, who's been a great partner in fixing the fiscal position of the city of Chicago. We took our structural deficit down by 85%, eliminated the idea of taking money out of the rainy day fund, selling assets, one-time revenue, and we will finish the project of ridding the city of a structural deficit and ridding the city of one last final habit, which is called scoop and toss. I used to think it was something at a dog park, but it's a budget mechanism that was used before to hide the true cost of government. Giving businesses certainty around the city's fiscal position, certainty around talent, transportation, training, and technology. I say all that by way of, because I think the biggest threat today for the city of Chicago and our economy in the metro Chicago area is the uncertainty out of Springfield. And I challenge all of you to speak up this month. Illinois needs a budget. Period. End of sentence. That's it. Listen, make the tough choices. I've been up front. We haven't agreed on everything. On the reforms that we had done, on the cost of government, the cuts we've had to make. None of them are popular across multiple spectrums. People in business, people in labor, community groups, parts they like, parts they don't like. But that certainty of creating a budget, every year paying down the structural deficit, every year fixing our pensions, every year getting rid of bad habits, has given businesses certainty, knowing that we are doing what we needed to do to take the one dark cloud that existed and remove it and then invest in our strengths, our talent, our education, our transportation system. I call on all of you. In this month, don't talk about this particular thing, don't talk about that particular thing. A budget, the good, the bad, the ugly. Get it done. That's what you get paid to do. 101, fix the budget. If I did not present a budget, and if I did not pass a budget, you couldn't have the certainty of how to make a decision of where you moved and created jobs. We have done this as a city, we have done it with business, we have done it with labor, we have done it together, working together. Not always agreeing. I can say that with full confidence, given it's the 23-year of my anniversary. We haven't agreed on everything. I've lost my fair share of battles with, yes, you're right, I was wrong. I don't know why I thought that. But in this month, you want to see the city of Chicago, the economic engine not just for the state, the region, the entire Midwest, We're a global city with global talent, global reach. We're the economic engine, not just of Chicago, not just of Illinois, of the Midwest, the 22nd largest economy. We've gone 3 years without a budget. It's not that hard. We pass one every year. You just had minutes. You pass a budget every year. There's going to be things you disagree with. But this uncertainty by the state of Illinois today is the biggest drain on business and economic growth and job creation. And I call on you, leaders. It's not pox on both your houses. You make decisions. You make fundamental decisions. Trying to pick the future and invest in your strengths, handle your challenges. I ask you to raise your voice in the next 20 days so Illinois does not continue to go 700 plus days with never introducing a budget or never passing a budget. Alderman Smith is here, working with Alderman O'Connor, who have worked with me. We haven't all three agreed on everything, but we know ultimately we put our personal differences aside to get the work done. State Representative Zaleski's here, who's led our effort for tougher gun laws in the city and across the state. Your voice has never been more important than in the next 25 days. You know, I started this job 250 pounds and 6'2". I'm now 5'8" and 148 dripping wet. As Teresa said, I'll give you my opinion whether you ask for it or not. But I've never been scared to take a position about getting something done. The decisions we make in the city over the next 2 to 3 years will determine what Chicago will be like in the next 20 to 30 years. We just had a great article in the Financial Times over the weekend about what the Riverwalk has done for the city of Chicago. They call it one of the great investments in architecture and public spaces in the city. It has unleashed billions of dollars of private investment. We've made tough decisions to move forward, tough decisions to invest in our airport, tough decisions to invest in our transportation system, to convert a community college system from a 5th and 6th year of high school to a true link into the global economy. So kids coming out of Wright IT in cybersecurity can now get a job in the companies that we're recruiting, like TrustWave, that just added 300 jobs in cybersecurity, making sure that everybody has a chance. I'm going to raise my voice. So to the chamber, in this partnership, you have 25 days to make sure your voice is heard. Get a budget done, do 101 business, put the state's fiscal house in order. Thank you and congratulations.